What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, yesterday I did a video about 140-pound champion Danny Garcia, and in that, Dan Rayfield reported that March 15th he was going to return, but the opponent was to be announced, the venue was to be announced. So basically, the date was the only thing secured. And in that video, I was kind of going over some options who I would like to see Danny Garcia face next, since he's staying at 140 for the moment. I said Ruslan Provodnikov, which would be harder to make because Ruslan works with HBO. I think he has a fight deal through them. There's also Kareem Mayfield, who I think he's affiliated with Top Rank, but I don't think he's actually signed to them, kind of like Sean Porter in his arrangement with Golden Boy. So the Kareem Mayfield, I think, fight could be made. A Lucas Matisse rematch I'd be up for. And I'm hearing that it may actually be Mauricio Herrera. And I'll tell you guys off the bat, nothing against Herrera personally, but that's a weak fight to me. I don't want to see it. Herrera's an opponent who's hard to look good against. He's tough, he's solid, but in my opinion, he's not really a world beater. And to go from the journey that Danny Garcia has had so far to defend your belt against Mauricio Herrera, a guy who lost his last two fights, doesn't really make sense. It's backtracking to me. He lost to Kareem Mayfield, and before that, he lost to Mike Alvarado. So I'm not really thrilled with this fight, to be honest. He did beat Ruslan Provodnikov via 12-round decision a couple years ago. But then again, the guy that beat him, Mike Alvarado, got bludgeoned by Ruslan Provodnikov. So we can probably say with Freddie Roach, Ruslan Provodnikov may be improving and may have more confidence after the Timothy Bradley fight. So again, Danny Garcia, no disrespect to him. I like Danny Garcia. I like Swift a lot. But I just think it's backtracking. I don't think going from the Lucas Matisse, who was the feared puncher at 140, and you guys were on a collision course. You guys finally met. We've seen the outcome, and you did a great job. And you were on the Mayweather Canelo, which did record-breaking astronomical numbers. You were on that undercard. So to go from that all the way to a Mauricio Herrera, again, a guy who lost his last two fights, I really feel like there's other fights that could be made that would probably make more sense. I would even like rather than push the date back and then fight the winner of Lamont Peterson versus Deary Jean, to be honest, because I don't know if that gives the winner enough time to prep for March 15th. So I personally, I know you want to keep your fighter active. I would rather see them push the date back to April or May and then fight the winner, Deary Jean versus Lamont Peterson. We'll see how that fight looks. I think that's better. Or Kareem Mayfield. Hell, I would even like, this is, you guys might disagree, I'd even rather see Danny Garcia versus Hank Lundy, two Philly fighters. And I think that at least he looked good in his last fight against a Jose, or looked solid enough. He didn't lose his last two fights. So that's my opinion. Yeah, so me personally, I understand styles make fights, but if you're the fighter who cleaned out your division, we want to see you fight the best. I mean, you have the belts, you're the man, we want to see you fight the belt. And again, going from the Matisse fight to a Mauricio Herrera, a guy who's coming off two losses, who doesn't really have vicious knockout power. I mean, he has 20 plus fights, 7 knockouts, and a lot of them were earlier against bums. It doesn't really prove to me much. It's like going from getting off the best roller coaster in the world and going to do homework. It's just kind of a buzzkill to go from the Lucas Matisse Mayweather undercard with Canelo and fight Mauricio Herrera following it. It's like the roller coaster, and now you're doing homework. You just have to study. Like, you have all that adrenaline and momentum and a win and a victory, and you fight Mauricio Herrera. Plus, I don't think Herrera's going to be a guy that puts asses in the seats. He's relatively unknown unless you're a diehard boxing fan. A lot of people won't even recognize his face or even the name, to be honest. Let me know what you guys think. Danny Garcia versus Mauricio Herrera. I just think there's other fights that can be made if he's going to stick around 140. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.